Flory Models, I'm Philip Flory, kit review time, something a little bit different today. Now, for a long time, there's been different ways of actually painting your aircraft. Okay, you could either go down the, basically the hairy brush trick and you just paint it all in, or you could go down the airbrush trick, okay? Then obviously with airbrushing, you have the thing about obviously trying to get smooth edge camo lines, especially when it's on complex things like World War II fighters, when you've got two-toned upper camos, things like that. Then you've got the problem of actually how you're going to go about that. Now, various ways you can do it. We've covered lots of them here on Flory Models. We've gone through different ways of obviously using blue tack worms. We've used science putties, we've used hard edge camos, we've done blown up the actual instructions themselves, cut them out, paper templates, put them down, sprayed over them. But just recently there seems to be a few companies out there who are sort of looking at this in a particular way and thinking about actually custom made, designed and ready to go mask sets which are done for you. And this is where Verben come in. New company just started up. They only do two versions at the moment. Both of them are for the Hurricane. It's the Type A and the Type B scheme. Okay, so actually what we've got down here, you can see a little bit more detail how this is actually going to work. So what we actually have is a sheet of extremely high quality cutting mask set, which looks like this is very similar to the sort of Tamiya tape stuff. Okay, it has that sort of glossiness on the surface is what you want, so it will, it won't just absorb paint through it and all the rest of it. But hopefully you can sort of see down here we've got T13, which is this guy here. You might see it just down obviously on the close-up as well, that this is actually the part down here. Now, as I said, it's properly scaled up and everything designed for the Airfix kits, but they do reckon it will also actually fit on the Tamiya and the Italeri kits as well. Okay, so definitely one to look at. But as you can see, you've got the outline and you can see some dots in here. If you look on the back, you can see the dots. This is just where these are pre-die cut, ready to go, and some very nice sort of shaping and everything else going into this. Then the idea being you're going to come along, and this is T13 here, and you literally would stick it down. So how's this actually going to work? Paint, build, do your model as you would, okay, and then from my point of view, like I would say here, this is the darker colours coming through, I do believe. I'm just looking up at mine as well. Yeah, this is the darker colour. So actually what you do is spray it all technically for this one, like the brown colour, the lighter colour. Then you're actually going to then stick these down, and then you're going to go over it with the actual green over the top, okay? And then that way you'll just remove these, peel these off, and you've done it in one. Very straightforward, very, very simple. And as you can see from the layout that we got down here on this upper side, we've got the ones coming in over the actual nose, this famous swoop down here, and the mirror on the other side, and then round to the tail. And as you look round, then you've got another mask set which is going to come up from both sides going back in, and then obviously I assume that these are going to roll over each other. And this is a nice one as well, that we've got the underside ones, so you can actually line them up perfectly, because all too often these are sort of forgotten, and right way around on the tail as well, so completely masking off from the underside of the tail and down here. So it's not just the camo pattern, it is the demarcation area between obviously the you got to think of it's another sky underneath with the actual ones on top. But as you can see down here, it's masked as well. You've got some little call outs, obviously use the X for the Tamiya and the Italeri kit, okay? So say you've just got little extra bits down here as you make your way through, okay? So technically it's something very simple, very straightforward, as you can see down here. Very nicely cut out, bit of a mishmash down here, but also we've got W's down here, which I assume are for the wheels, are they? I'm just looking for W's on here. Yeah, wheel mask as well. So you've actually got, turn it the right way up, W1, 2, 3 and 4 are the actual for the hubs for the wheels, and your other bits and pieces. This is a joy if you have trouble with any of your masking sets and things like that. Simple and easy to use, because that's basic. You build your model, pop it down, and then just going to peel these off, stick them down onto it, spray over the top, lift them off. Drawbacks to it is hard edge, soft edge camo. This is going to give you a hard edge camo, but I would say one thing. When you're dealing in a scale like we're doing down here, and this is 1/48th, it's pretty much a hard edge camo anyway, unless you wanted to do something that's very worn and distressed, perhaps something like, the more desert camos where they'd be more bleached out. it's going to be a hard edge anyway. It's only when you start getting up to the 1/32 of this world, 1/24 scales, then perhaps you want to fade them off just to give the scale effect. But definitely 1/72, 1/48, then you're going to go down the hard edge camo anyway. And then you could do little techniques like we do here about sanding edges to feather in, obviously off a hard edge camos and all the rest of it. But as I said, this is the type A one down here. We've also got the other one just here, which is actually for the type B, going right the way through. So your part numbers for these are VBM 48001, and I'm sure this is 48000 for both types. As I said, they only do the Hurricane. This is the, I've got to remember now, this is for the Battle of Britain type mask sets. But as you can see down here, we've got a little bit of blurb about on the back. Yeah, so down here it's 1937 two-tone camo, so it is the dark green, the dark earth, and I assume it'll be the sky underneath. Okay, and then you've got the second one as well, talking about that one as well, which then went right the way up to 1941, and then obviously they went on to the post 1941 colours, as you can see just down that. But as I said, you've got all the different bits and pieces, all about it down on here. Pretty straightforward, very, very easy. So if you are in the market for a mask set, then these look very nice, very easy to use, very nicely laid out and everything else. And the instructions, to be honest, some of them can be a little bit complicated. This is pretty much idiot proof. You can see straightforward where it's going to go, positioning it, putting it down. So it's a good quality masking tape that they've actually used for this one. Okay, it looks to be very nicely cut out. As I said, I haven't removed it from the sheet because I might give this a whirl actually just to see what they're like. But generally, if I just try and peel one away just to see how well this is, I don't want to take something too noticeable. So if we just try and lift one of these up, as you can see, they come off the sheet extremely easily. Beautiful, good quality cutting all the way through that. I'm not going to take it off because I don't want to ruin it. Okay, but it's not like you've got corners where they're cut, and the reason I can see that is if you look on the other side, you've got the dots. This is where the blade rotates, so you've got a nice clean cut to all of these right the way around. So there we go, another little option for you. So as I said, if you need your camo stuff, then definitely have a look at the Verben sets. As I say, Hurricane Mark type, a B type scheme, 1/48 scale.